Hello, this is Jeff Hacker, and this is my leadership development training project for my personal leadership development course here at York University. This training session will touch on key concepts of proven effective leadership techniques, some of the skills that great leaders possess that enable them to develop highly effective teams include open communication, being a compassionate person, being able to identify problems and come up with effective solutions, being a person of integrity, and fostering an environment of growth for their team members. The goal of this training is to enable our company to cultivate a team of competent and motivated team members who will make a positive impact on the company as well as on each other's lives. So my introduction, I'm actually going to focus on how The Office, the television show The Office, taught me everything I need to know about sales. Over the past 3 consecutive quarters, sales have struggled at ABC Medicine Incorporated. This course is intended to examine some basic concepts that may help refocus the sales team and lead to a more cohesive workplace, and in turn will help increase sales. Even though The Office is identified as a sitcom, a comedy show, it does provide lessons in leadership, and none greater than treating employees as family. First, we need to look at what is leadership. Well, good leaders are often defined as people who are self-aware, can focus on building relationship with others. They empower others to reach their fullest potential, treat others consistently. They're transparent and honest. They should behave ethically at all times and serve as positive role models to others. The character Michael Scott, portrayed by actor Steve Carell, demonstrates these traits in a quirky and in every man type of manner. So here he is with his world's best boss mug. So first thing we're going to look at is psychology of a team. In order for the team to work effectively, they need to feel that they're in a safe space. They're never going to reach their fullest potential if they're crippled by the fear of making mistakes and being ridiculed or worse, punished. To foster a safe workplace, leaders should focus on positive reinforcement instead of negative strategies and encourage their workers to learn from their mistakes. Empathy is a trait that highly effective leaders should demonstrate regularly. And so here's Michael Scott, and so here he's showing kind of a vulnerable side of himself, where this is the episode where he came up with this idea called the golden ticket to kind of help increase sales, and it actually ended up backfiring because it gave a certain percent off of your order, and they compounded, so they added up, and they ended up sending all these packages of paper to the same company, and so it was like one of their biggest clients, and so it ended up costing the company quite a bit of money to honor those certificates, but at the same time it ended up being a positive thing because that company then decided to do all their business with Dunder Mifflin. And so that's just a way of showing that even when some things go wrong, there tends to be a silver lining in there. So don't be afraid of making mistakes, and if there are mistakes, embrace them. Next thing we're looking at is embracing individual differences. Your teams are going to be made up of different individuals, each one that has their own skill set. You can't expect every team member to be an expert at every aspect of your company's business. And so it's your job as a leader to kind of get to know them on a personal level, so you know their strengths and know areas where they can improve, and you can determine ways you can help kind of develop these employees to be better performers. In this picture, we have an example where there was a crisis and they had to have all hands on deck, everybody trying to help with customer service. So here you see Kelly, and she's trying to help Angela, mentor her on how to provide customer service. If you're a fan of the show, Angela is not a very warm, fuzzy people person. She's an accountant. She's and things where Kelly is more empathetic towards the customers. And so it's just kind of a scenario where you kind of have to know, your employees and put them in places where they're going to be successful. You wouldn't want Angela being a customer service rep for your company. Another thing you can do is explore new avenues. So encourage your team to branch out and explore new ways to reach potential customers. You can attempt new innovative ways to get information about our company and our product out into the public conscious. For example, the use of social media. So maybe some non-traditional sales methods. In this scene, you'll see there is Jim, and this is when they're launching their Sabre store, and they were showing that new tablet, the Pyramid. And so they were going out on social media and getting that out there. So it's just, looking for new ways to do things, mixing it up a bit. Next, put the team and sales team. Teams perform better and they're more productive when they feel that they're a part of something bigger than themselves. You want to create opportunities to bring coworkers together outside of their work environment, and that helps foster a feeling of community between them. It doesn't mean they have to be best friends, but it's just so that they get to know each other in a little more personal matter. In this example, here they're taking a day off at the beach. That was in the episode Beach Day. They do a lot of other things. They went on like the booze cruise. They had a casino night. There's one episode where they took a field trip to Gettysburg. They do things like the Office Olympics. So they just do stuff that's kind of fun and just bonds them together as a cohesive group that's not necessarily work related. Another thing you should focus on is giving recognition when it's due. It's advisable to provide recognition for a job well done. Even acknowledging small accomplishments can go a long way towards motivating your sales agents. Demonstrating appreciation for good performance does not have to be a big production. It can be simple things like a preferred parking spot, giving somebody like a free lunch, or, simply just public recognition to their coworkers. A certificate or, maybe a simple handshake or a job well done. In this example, you see there's Michael Scott in the Chili's restaurant for the Dundie Awards. And so here he has a little trophy that he's about to hand out to someone. And the key is that he makes kind of a big deal out of it, or he gets really excited about it, probably more so than the recipients, but he includes everyone. There's something that everyone excels at and he recognizes. So that's a nice gesture. Another thing you can do is motivate through competition. So team members may be motivated through friendly competition. There doesn't have to be a big reward at the end. It might be just bragging rights, or maybe it's something, a fun aforementioned thing, like a parking spot or something, but just something to kind of motivate the team to perform at a little higher level. You have to be careful that the friendly competition does not turn hostile, however, because then it will lead to undesirable outcomes. Here in this episode, you see is when they launched the Dunder Mifflin Infinity website, and the computer was making sales. And so Dwight had a competition against the computer, and there you see Andy on the marker board writing on the tally. Every time Dwight made a sale, Andy would blow like a little air horn, to signify that. But it was just kind of something lighthearted, fun, something to mix it up, keep the troops engaged. Another thing you can do is provide mentorship opportunities. Maybe you have team members who are consistently underperforming. You may want to partner them up with a more experienced team member who has a proven sales record. This partnership may provide some much-needed guidance and help the inexperienced teammate to improve. In this episode, Ryan has worked at Dunder Mifflin for a year, and he hasn't really made any sales. And he identifies that Dwight is the top salesman, and so he asked Dwight to take him out on a sales call and kind of take him under his wing and show him, what it takes to be a good salesman. And Dwight graciously accepts, but it ends up being kind of a goofy thing where he takes him out and he tries to abandon him in this beet field. He gets in his Camaro, you can see there in the background, speeds off. Demonstrate trust in your team. A great leader knows that they can't accomplish their organization's goals all by themselves. they require the help of many talented teammates. By empowering teammates to perform tasks and make decisions on their own, your team's engagement level will increase, and their motivation and productivity will also grow. And so here in this example, Dwight goes and he presents at this salesman convention, and he's giving a speech, and he gets the crowd all fired up. And so it's kind of a neat thing. Michael allowed him to go and perform that speech. So in conclusion, while these are just some ideas that you could help turn around sales at ABC Medicine Incorporated, they do consist of models that are easily implemented, that have a minimal cost to the company. Any activity that adds to the cohesiveness of team members, focuses on developing the skills of team members, and does so in an ethical manner, is something that is worth exploring. Thank you.